Hey, it's your old pal Slim, and this is 70mm, a podcast for movie lovers. Just like you, disclaimer at the top of the show, we are not experts, but we do love watching movies. With me each and every episode is my close friend and artist, Danny Haas.
Hello.
And our close friend and influencer, Pert Alexis.
Ham.
Every movie that we cover is connected to a theme for that month, and this time it's Proto-Pendants, where one host pulls the strings in the name of freedom to pick the movies for the month. And you can use the chapters in your podcast app to skip to our main discussion from Darren Aronofsky, Noah. I forgot to say it in our mini app, but we're starting that entire month off for Newgist with the movie discussion at the top of the episode.
Okay.
Proto he went into the Innovation Center and he meditated for a week straight, and he said, let's change it up for Newgist. We start the show with the movie discussion, and then we BS after that.
Right.
So everyone get ready. You're not going to have to chapter forward anymore. Proto said,
unless you like the BS. Unless you like the BS. And then you're going to send us an hateful email and be like, we hate this.
It's unconfirmed.
You want to cut and run on a Spotify comment? Is that the kind of person you are?
Yeah, we read them all. You think we don't read those?
You don't think we read those Spotify comments? Can't even contain myself thinking about it.
We're at war.
The jihad against Spotify is still raging.
I don't think you'd say that.
Speaking of Spotify comments, we had a comment on our Umbrellas of Cherbourg episode from Lila. Okay. Great episode as always. Thanks from France.
Oh.
Well,
thank you.
It's at least one happy French person.
The first French person we have that has ever been happy listening to this show.
Incredible.
But the big story tonight is the Avengers trailer. The nearly 50 million views, dwarfing that of Dune 3. The nerds have spoken. Danny, what do you think about the Avengers Doomsday trailer?
It felt a bit nothing burger, if I can be honest.
This is a safe space.
You know, I'm still kind of excited for it. It wasn't the trailer I wanted. But I don't know what I want at this point from MCU, So I'm still excited for it. That's all I can say right now.
You're still excited.
I'm at SDCC. It's in my face.
Right. You're broadcasting live from your San Diego Comic-Con bunker.
I know. I'm in San Diego right now.
We know.
It's you look down any corner, there's a Avengers Doomsday poster plastered somewhere. Mm-hmm. There's an archway you have to walk through every day that says the date, as if we've forgotten which day this day is.
Did you get your tickets yet to Doomsday?
No.
It's sold out already. You're not going to be able to see it.
Oh my God.
No. I wait till everyone gets out of their system.
They're only selling the Infinity Vision tickets. They're only selling premium.
That's the only way I'm seeing it. It's the only way I'm seeing it.
We might have been the first proponents of Infinity Vision on this show.
Yeah. That's our sponsor.
We obviously love Dolby Vision. That reminds me that, folks, big sponsor to Newgist, Infinity Vision. That's a gag. I don't know if I can keep that up for an entire month. Part, what did you think of the trailer for Doomsday?
Well, just to comment on Infinity Vision, I'm glad that somebody will be finally. I'm getting directed to the appropriate theater to see a Marvel movie. Too long I've been wandering in the dark, unsure of where to go. But now,
trash can.
Now I have an answer.
This is the key.
The light has been shown, and it's Infinity Vision. The trailer. You know what I'm realizing is that I don't think I know a single like Doctor Doom story. I've never read the comics. Okay. So, whenever it's something, even like this X-Men 97 stuff, you guys are like, oh yeah, this is that. Yeah, this is the arc.
Okay, we don't sound like that.
No, that's me. I read your messages out loud, and that's the voice I use. So, like, I don't know comics in that way. So I guess I'm realizing, like, okay, I'm gonna go to this movie and have really no idea what's gonna happen, because I think even with like the Thanos stuff, it's like, oh, the snap. Like I heard it, you hear about that stuff before the movie. But this,
the snap.
Like, I don't know anything about Doctor Doom. So maybe I won't watch any more trailers so that I can be surprised. And what will be cool is my sons will definitely want to go to this.
Oh, yeah.
And that always changes the game a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. So
you're looking at a $200 afternoon. Taking your family to see Infinity Vision, the premier digital format in 2026.
I already opened a new MasterCard. We're ready to go.
What's the APR? What's the APR on that thing? We don't have
time to get into it.
24 months, 0 interest. Transfer balances.
I bought my Spider-Man tickets. I realized I forgot because I'm not able to make the Spider-Man screening, unfortunately. I have a late meeting. But so I had to scramble and buy tickets. And by that point, Thursday's sold out in Infinity Vision. Friday's sold out, or it's not really sold out in Infinity Vision, but like if you want the first seat in like the 10th row, the corner, I can't gamble with that seat.
No, you're next.
The view is going to be askew. So I told James, I was like, do you want like a corner seat or do you want an early morning showing where we can have the best seats? And he said early morning.
Yeah. James
little did he know it was an 8:30 showing that I booked.
What? In the morning?
8:30 in the AM.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So
do we even go to sleep the night before?
You stay up. We stay up. We watch X-Men 97. We talk about how much we know about Doctor Doom, and then we just go right to the movie.
Is the reason we're not getting X-Men stuff now because of Sony?
What do you mean not getting X-Men stuff? They're in the trailer. We're getting them.
Yeah, but it's like not. When are we getting our X-Men?
The rumor mill is theorizing that at this Hall H panel, they might announce the cast to the X-Men movie.
Okay. I'm just ready for it,
That's the rumor mill.
I'm tired of this Avengers B tier villains.
Right. Like Doctor Doom.
The S tiers are the X-Men. Can we get to the X-Men, please?
They're the S-Men.
Right.
We got to give away a free watch. Canopy sponsored this entire month of Proto Pendants, Scarface, Panic Room, Gone with the Wind. I mean, I'm not sure if they really wanted to sponsor that episode necessarily, but they're sponsoring this episode too. And folks that tagged their reviews 70mm Pod were entered to win a free Canopy Field 1 automatic watch. Gorgeous watch. Got a date complication. I mean, what more do you need?
I'm wearing it right now.
You walk around, that's how it winds itself. Human motion. Shocking winner, to be honest. Put the names into a randomizer.
Yeah. And how many names did you put in?
I lost count, the amount of names.
Really?
There was 14 pages of reviews I had to go through manually to write down everyone's name. 15 pages, actually. That was time consuming.
You have to do the work.
You got to do the work sometimes. But unbelievable winner. I think they're in chat right now. The winner of that Canopy watch, Art. Our dear friend Art won the Canopy Field 1 watch. Give it up for Art in chat.
Congrats, Art.
Congrats, Art.
Wear it with pride. I will ship it to you. Maybe I'll throw in some goodies. Actually, Pro, do you want to tell any stories about recent shipments that you got from me?
Absolute
sure.
insanity.
Slim is you're such a dear friend. So thoughtful. And so we got our Canopy watches, and mine was with Slim, so he mailed it over to my house, and he had a bunch of goodies in there for me. Actually, he had like the Repo Man, the Criterion Collection edition. There was Hard Target in there, and these are just thrown in the box. I had no idea. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so nice. But I open up the watch box, and the box is empty. And I'm thinking, is this, am I getting played right now in some way? Something going on? Is some Houdini trick? There's another package coming later. But
Polish Houdini.
It's just, I mean, the amount of packaging and like shipments that's, Slim, you have on a daily basis. I mean,
yeah,
right. He just slipped it. It just happens sometimes.
Yeah.
So I had to send another package, and you send another package, and I get the box, and this has the watch, and there's another DVD in there, and I can't remember what that one was at the moment.
Might have been one of the Repo Men.
Yeah,
I think
that might have been right. And I opened it up, and it was actually empty. And I was like, huh, that's kind of weird. And I thought, let me check the other cases and make sure they have the right stuff. And wait, hold on. Let me see what was. Hold on a second. This is too good not to skip over. Remember, you can use the chapters to skip, but
also, podcast app let you fast forward, folks. You can drag the slider to wherever you want.
I mean, you did send me Eastern Condors, a Criterion edition, but inside is the copy of Midsommar. I opened up Repo Man, and I think, Repo Man was just empty. Just an empty box. The Criterion, I mean, this is an amazing box. The packaging for this,
package.
Incredible.
Absolutely insane package.
And probably a great movie that I would have loved to watch.
Listen, you're packing up things for your friends.
Right.
You look at your DVD stacks, you're like, oh, I should send Proto some DVDs. Maybe a VHS. I'm sure that VHS tape wasn't empty. Right? That Steven Seagal tape was in there.
Yeah, I mean, this is the prized possession. This is the Warner Bros. Hits collection. Steve Seagal, on Deadly Ground.
He has a great speech at the end of that movie
Right.
that I think everyone should think about deeply.
Now, the only thing about this is that it's taped shut at the bottom, and I honestly don't even want to open it because I like the idea of having this tape. But if I look...
Yeah, it's not.
The mystique is gone.
Yeah.
This honestly feels like what it must be to be on a cast member on set with Jared Leto. Just mailing stuff in the mail to you. We know he's method. Slim. This is Slim and method.
Okay. Enough tomfoolery. Let's say hello to Mike, Ben, and Tim who joined our Patreon, get access to longer uncut episodes. Most of our patrons prefer those episodes. And a ton of episodes that are behind the paywall. The Harry Potters are in there. The Batman movies, Batman and Robin. There's a lot of classics back there. And believe it or not, coming in the next couple months is going to be Inception. That's going to be behind the paywall. Because that was picked by a member of our $10 tier. Also, we have legal gambling in our Discord. Join our Discord. Spend fake money. What's the line tonight, Proto, for our Noah at Darren Aronofsky?
Line is low. Line is 7.75.
Oh my God.
They're not
My
feeling
God.
it this week.
No faith.
That was the problem that Noah was dealing with.
No one watched this movie. They don't get it.
Right.
Did they not see the rock people? Do
Mhm.
people know that there are rock people in the movie Noah?
They've
This
given
is
up.
a science fiction movie, folks.
Mm-hmm. Not my
We'll get
Bible.
into it. We'll get into it. Do we want to talk about any movies? Proto, you watched Jurassic Park: The Lost World.
I did. Yeah. We watched Jurassic Park, the first one, over the weekend. I fell asleep. It was like family movie night. It was
For
late
Sam.
though. Yeah. We had to put it on for Sam. So my kids watched it, and my kids love Jurassic Park that they just like want to keep going normally. And they're like, let's watch the next one. So this is actually the second time we've watched The Lost World. And yeah, I don't mind this movie. I might even say it's good.
Okay.
I have a good time, especially Jeff Goldblum. He's really good. Like he has great timing. He's funny. He's charming. He's a great lead. So he really carries the movie. There's some other characters that I don't really care for, but we don't have to get into that. So yeah, Lost World's still good.
Love the idea of a Letterboxd review that just says, "I don't mind this."
Mm-hmm.
Is that that's your entire take on the movie?
Mm-hmm.
I was reading about some article came up in my feed. I'm guessing Reddit, but Reddit served me up some article about like the making of Jurassic Park 3, about how like I guess I forgot that Joe Johnston directs that, and they didn't have a script until like 3 weeks before the movie started filming or something like that.
Jesus
Like
Christ.
they had some insane
David Koepp
backstory.
at it again.
The Kepster. And that like the finale was really weak, but like they couldn't really do anything else because of just how late the production was to start the movie. They couldn't move the date. It was almost like a Rise of Skywalker situation that they had with Jurassic Park 3.
That was the Tia Leone one.
Yeah, the Tia Leone and what's the one with Proto's gal? Is that Lost World or is the third one?
Julianne
Tia
Moore
Leone.
Julianne Moore.
is in the Lost World.
She's in Lost World?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, her and Vince Vaughn. Terrible.
Did
Jim
not love-
Taylor wrote Jurassic Park 3.
Kept innocent.
Where was Cap?
Kept nowhere to be found in this one.
What was Kept doing the year Jurassic Park 3 came out? Can we find that information? I've been doing some Avengers prep for some work stuff. I rewatched a bunch of stuff. I rewatched Civil War, Winter Soldier, Infinity War, and Endgame. And I'm gonna watch Shang-Chi tomorrow. I'm doing the rounds.
Wow.
You know what? Endgame. Wow. That still holds up. Incred movie. When was the last time you watched Endgame, Proto?
A couple years ago with my son. Yeah, I think so.
I haven't seen Endgame since the theater.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
In theater?
Yeah, I've only watched it once.
My God. You gotta fire it up. But,
We got some work to do.
I also watched with Amanda the Lee Cronin's The Mummy.
Right.
You heard about this?
Yeah.
You guys watch it?
I have not.
No.
Isn't it streaming now somewhere?
It's on HBO. It was like mixture of. It's like it was the dude that did the Evil Dead movie that came out a couple years ago that people seem to be pretty jazzed about.
Evil Dead Rise.
Evil Dead Rise. I'm not sure what constitutes the ability to get your name in the title of a movie. Lee Cronin's The Mummy.
Did he earn it?
Yeah.
You do one Evil Dead movie that people liked. It was the premise is pretty interesting. It's like Exorcist meets Mummy meets modern retelling of the Mummy story, which I like. There are some cool scenes, but it's too long. It's fine. Didn't really like blow me away. Also, the boyfriend from Midsommar is in it. Remember that guy?
Oh yeah.
He plays the dad. So it's not bad, but they probably had higher hopes for it. I feel like this movie came and went. The marketing was pretty cool for the movie, but once again, the marketing hype, you got to avoid it.
Yeah.
Ty in chat says Universal wanted a distinction between that and the sequel to the 90s Mummy.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
Could have called it something else.
It's called a mummy.
Sarcophagus
What
Girl.
about The Mummy Lives?
It looks like David Koepp was working on Panic Room.
Really? No way. Oh my God. That's so
He also had his a movie he directed in 1999, Stir of Echoes.
I remember that.
Yeah,
movie.
Stir, you watched that. You have that logged.
Is that Kevin Bacon?
Yes, it is.
Oh yeah. The Bacon Man.
Sexual Bacon Month when we finished Douglas.
Hello.
Show.
Hello. Footloose? Finally? Doesn't he have
Invisible
sex in
Man.
one of those Friday the 13th movies too?
Mm-hmm.
We
The first one.
redo Friday the 13th.
That's the first one.
Danny, did you watch anything?
No.
You're in prep. Talk to us about San Diego. Has anyone
San
brought you a
Diego.
slice of pizza yet?
No, because the ones that visit me are smart. They don't do what you tell them to do, Slim.
I didn't
we shouldn't
tell
either.
people to do anything. I lightly, jokingly suggested.
But yeah, I've met 3 or 4 people who listen to the show, come by the table, chat for a bit. It's been
Okay.
fantastic. A
What's the favorite thing that they mention about the show?
My voice.
Mm-hmm. It's only day 1. Let's see what they say. Day 2, day 3, day 4,
yeah,
day
you're
5,
right.
day 6.
No, you're right.
Day 7.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, San Diego's in full force. It's wild to see billboards for shows and movies. I didn't know still existed, like Star Trek New Worlds. Is that what it's called? And there's still a Walking Dead on TV somehow, and there's a billboard for it.
Stop it. That's a joke. No, that you're doing it.
It's not a joke. It's called it's like Walking Dead, like Walking Dead, Dead No More or something. So I don't know what generator they're using for these names for these shows.
I need like an investigation into the people still watching a Walking Dead show weekly in 2026.
It still has people from the original cast.
What's happening?
We are
getting
the
a paycheck. I was surprised that the Rings of Power still exists. The giant billboard for that.
Hell yeah.
Looks pretty cool. Guy with like the Sauron crown or whatever.
Yeah, I heard that Sauron is going to be in the show, like a dude that is Sauron.
Yeah, sexy Sauron.
Sexy Sauron. Is that a part of the book? Sexy Sauron?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
David Koepp wrote it.
The Kepster.
Yeah. There's just so much going on. There's a new Percy Jackson apparently. I didn't know that still existed.
There's the new Percy Jackson every 6 months.
I know, but
it gets rebooted every 8 months.
All these activations around me. There's a Paramount Lodge. There's a place to go for the Green Lanterns show that people are lining up for.
Is the IMDb boat still there?
I don't know that IMDb still exists as a company or at least can afford a boat at this point.
Oh no!
You think they could with all the ads that they generate on one page, but I don't know if IMDb has a presence.
What's your favorite moment so far of San Diego Comic-Con day 1?
I don't know. I'm just having a good time. San Diego's a different beast than any other show you do. It's crazy. A lot of people.
A lot of people. How's the BO situation so far, day 1?
So far, so good, actually. And I've noticed people having like a fragrance.
Ooh.
More smells.
Maybe there's a company outside giving out
the
free
BO
stuff.
smells. They're just spraying people as they walk in. It's like extra layer of
that's
protection.
not a bad idea. They just like at the metal detector, they're just like exuding like deodorant scent at people.
Yeah. No bad smells yet. Giant crowds. Yeah. Where Artist Alley sits is we share the wall with Hall H. And Hall H, for those who know San Diego, is where they do all the panels and the movies and the premieres. And when there's a show, when there's a showing a trailer or something, the wall shakes from the base of what's going on in that room. And it like rattles our tables. It's insane, the sound coming from that room.
Wow.
This doesn't seem safe, actually.
Probably showing like a supernatural reunion or something in there.
Supernatural.
The boys are back.
If Walking Dead can still be on the air,
true.
Supernatural can come back, I feel like.
It's honest to God true.
Shall we get into the final movie of Proto Pendants, episode 321 from 2014, Darren Aronofsky. Where were you in 2014? We'll get into it. Don't answer it. Proto, what's this movie all about?
A long, long time ago, roughly 6,000 years, there was a man named Noah. He was a descendant of Seth, a good guy. But everybody else is descended from Cain, a bad guy. Noah sees the whole world is a dumpster, and Cain's children are in the business of building and filling dumpsters. One day, Noah has a dream that the Creator wants to destroy humanity with a flood because clearly the whole human thing was a mistake, but the Creator wants to keep all the animals. So Noah builds a giant ark with the help of the Watchers, aka Rock Angels. However, Noah's sons are making plans to be fruitful and multiply, and Shem's wife, Emma Watson, gets pregnant. Noah says this is not God's plan and puts it on his calendar to kill the baby as soon as possible. EOD, if possible. But everyone else is like, Noah, maybe we don't all need to die. Maybe the Creator has other plans. But can an old dog, roughly 700-year-old dog, be convinced that he shouldn't kill his granddaughter? Noah.
Do people understand there are rock people in this movie?
Mhm.
Noah.
Yes.
I need
Watchers.
everyone just needs to realize that, please.
The film.
Danny, what's your history with Noah and also Darren Aronofsky?
Oh, that's a great question. I've seen Noah once. And I can't remember if I watched it because of the discourse or in Christian community around this film. I don't know if that's why we watched it. Maybe we watched it after. I can't remember when we watched it, but yeah, I remember liking it at the time. But my history with Aronofsky, when I look at his lists,
Get into it.
I've seen The Fountain and I've seen Requiem. And that's it.
Oh.
No Black Swan?
I haven't seen Black Swan. That's the one Proto has promised to pick on the show and has yet to do it 6 years later.
I mean, how many years is it going to take?
I mean, he's waiting
Biding my time.
to pick it for some reason. I don't know.
Can we-
We've done Rogue One 17 times, but we can't do Black Swan once.
If at all
on this
possible,
show.
can we post the video of Proto as Natalie Portman?
Oh, I got to find that video. It's pretty good. So yeah, I mean, I saw Requiem young, not young, but like teenage, maybe early 2000s. I don't know when this came out.
Formative.
I guess, yeah, 2000. So saw that. That one fucked me up.
I haven't seen that movie maybe since the year 2000.
Yeah, I mean, I have no desire to revisit unless Proto picks it before Black Swan. But other than that, I don't really have a huge history with Aronofsky.
themed month. Can you imagine? Oh my God.
We
follow up
and
Nugist.
now that
Oh wait, we didn't even talk about Nugist in this episode. Totally forgot. Oh well, we'll get into it later.
yeah, we did. I mean, and now that Aronofsky's doing AI, I don't know how much I'll continue to
Oh.
It's
support
too
this.
nice. We can't get into it. It's
Oh,
not
okay.
the time or the
Sorry.
place to get
We'll
into
move on.
Aronofsky, AI Aronofsky.
You nailed it.
Proto, what about you? Same questions.
Yeah, I also saw Requiem probably when I was too young to see it. I remember The Fountain. Saw The Fountain. I don't think I knew who Aronofsky was when I saw The Fountain.
Yeah.
But I loved that movie. And then of course, like Black Swan changed my life. Will someday change everyone else's life on the show.
Okay.
I've even seen his movie Pi. It's like original movie from 1998. I was going hard into Aronofsky. I think the only
God.
movie of his I really haven't seen is I haven't seen The Wrestler, and I haven't seen Caught Stealing.
I forgot about Caught Stealing.
But I like some of his movies I've really loved. But then his more recent movies of Mother and The Whale are probably movies. I think I gave them both 1 star and actively disliked those movies. Maybe even hated them. So
Jesus.
trending downwards with Aronofsky.
I mean, there's only one way out of that, and it's AI. For Aronofsky. He's got
That's true.
Make
That's
his own
true.
AI studio making movies. Yeah, when I was younger, like people would not shut up about Pi. Like that was the I was actively avoiding Pi, even though I think I saw it and liked it. But my people in like my orbit, you never see Pi? You gotta watch Pi. Like you haven't watched a movie until you saw Pi. And it's a good movie. Requiem for a Dream, I remember maybe one scene of that movie. I have no idea what it's even about. Is it drug addiction?
Yeah, drug addiction.
That's I cannot picture anything else from that movie. But that was a movie also when we were younger that was like, I feel like that one was like with Fight Club as like
Yes.
a big movie.
Yes, you're right.
2 Leto movies. You do the math.
It was like an earn your stripes movie.
Mhm.
I feel like.
Yeah. But it has vanished, I feel like, from that era.
Yeah.
Like it's definitely not that
Power of
way
Jared
anymore.
Leto.
And what was the other movie with I can never remember names. Sorry, folks. But it's not a bit. But the
Nobody believes you.
Give us a clue.
drop.
We'll wait it out. We'll wait it out. This is a good podcast.
What's the other movie that came out around this time with the dude from House of Cards?
Kevin Spacey,
Kevin
American
Spacey.
Beauty.
American Beauty. American Beauty was also in that like
Yeah, you're right.
film cred group. Like this is going to change your life. And then as like I guess people watch more movies and grow up or whatever and see other things, it's like actually this maybe wasn't that great. But it's just funny how those movies were like so formative for a certain generation and then just kind of vanish for
Kevin Spacey and Jared Leto. You do the math.
Wow.
I love The Wrestler. Loved it. I have no memory of The Fountain except for the GIF that you see all the time of Hugh Jackman. That's
Yeah.
my memory of The Fountain. I actually really liked Mother. Was not expecting to really like Mother. Some pretty rough looking scenes in that movie that I won't get into, but The Whale, did not love The Whale, and I have zero desire to see Caught Stealing. Caught Stealing feels like a contractual movie. Like he was held at gunpoint. Like you need to make this movie if you want to make any more movies after this. But so I don't know. Russell Crowe, I think he was like maybe on the tail end of his like big run. Like he had his version of like a Jim Carrey run, which you talked about on the show. Like Jim Carrey was like the biggest shit on the planet. But he was doing like Body of Lies before this, Robin Hood, and then Les Mis. And then after this, I think a few years later, he did The Nice Guys. So he had kind of like his mini resurgence. But honestly, I have no memory of this movie, Noah. Absolute no, like I knew nothing about this movie. I just remember the poster, and I'm guessing there's an arc at some point, and that was it. So like when this movie started, and the crawl, like the opening crawl, was talking about like Cain and Abel and Seth. I'm so checked out from my Catholic upbringing. I was like, who the F is Seth? Like, is this mate? Is this for the movie? Cain and Abel had a brother, and his name was Seth, and like he's a part of like the light side. I could not believe what I was seeing, and then like the whole backstory of like the descendants of Cain essentially being like the dark side of humanity and all this other stuff. I was like, what did I even get myself into with this movie? I was stun locked in the first minute of this movie. And I haven't felt this way since The Postman. The first 30 seconds of the first 30 seconds to a minute of The Postman, I was like, what am I doing? And like also like you learn about the Watchers and the Rock people, and it's like science fiction. So I was like in a haze in the first 5 minutes of this movie. I couldn't believe what I had done, what I was getting into for the next 2 hours. So that's my history with this movie. And I guess that could be like my first point really is like, is this the Bible multiverse? Is like, did Aronofsky kick things off with this?
That's a good question.
Because it's such a strange mix of like, I was honestly expecting a drama, like action drama, like straight by the book, Noah storyline with the Bible. And you sort of do get that, but then there's also this like weird mystical thing. Like at the beginning of the Odyssey, there's a line, this is not a spoiler, but like, in a time of apparent magic. I think that's like the opening sentence in like the movie. Yeah. And I was like, damn, this is kind of like the same thing. There's like these weird magical elements in it. And I don't know. I was just like totally shocked by it. And I had obviously like I think you both had seen it before, but man, I was like, I was really confused watching this movie. So I don't know. How does that land for you guys? It's like you've seen it before, but what was your first viewing like and rewatch with like those mystical elements, Danny?
I think, man, I do think the reason we watched it was because of maybe some discourse in the community. But I remember being like, this feels wrong. Like this isn't what and then when you dig into it, it's like, oh yeah, the story of Noah is such a short story in Genesis that it's like, you'd have to invent or create or expand this kind of story and world and narrative into things that you could possibly see biblical things happening. I know some of the stories pulled from the book of Enoch, which isn't in the Bible, like the Watchers and the rock people and all that kind of stuff. So it's like there's so much you have to add to the story of Noah to make it even a cinematic film. And that's what Aronofsky is doing. And that's why I think people hated it so much, at least from the like Christian community, not just as moviegoers as a whole, if they even like this movie. But for me, I'm just kind of vibing with this kind of stuff, with the storytelling, with this kind of alternate universe Bible story. Because for me, Noah exists as a childhood Sunday school, 2x2, Noah built the ark, etc. We had a song we sang, and that's kind of it. I don't remember like Noah being some Sunday morning sermon from the pulpit type story. So to get an Aronofsky movie out of it, it's like, sure, we have to add people who attack the boat like that. I can see that happening. So like, yeah, sure, that works, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when this came out, and I was still going to church at the time and was enough like in that community to hear opinions about this. And yeah, this movie was not, this was like, stay away. This is like blasphemy. Okay.
Yeah.
This Noah story. But I remember, I don't know if I watched it with my parents or I talked to them after, but I remember having a conversation and them saying like, oh, you can't, that's no good. It's not accurate to, the Bible. But me being like, well, this is so cool. I remember like having those thoughts of like, it's the Bible, but it's different. And it's like an artistic recreation and like changing things to make it an interesting story. So I like that. And it's funny now looking back because I think of like the Passion of the Christ and how that movie was so beloved within the church community. Like this, finally, like the world is going to be saved because of what Mel Gibson has done.
The weeping
we're going to convert
theaters.
The world. Yeah, everyone's going to be like confessing Jesus in theaters. But even in that, there's like things that are taken liberty, but no one like mentions those or talks about those. But I feel like it's all because of how it's presented, I guess, and because Mel was a Catholic, whatever, and Aronofsky is just a director. But I love the mixture of those elements. To me, the thing that I kept thinking of was like fantasy. I kept thinking of The Never-Ending Story watching this, where it's like there's like these elements that feel of that time that have like this mystical curiosity feeling within me that I want to know more about it. But it's also a Bible story. And that's, to me, is like really rare, especially to conjure those feelings in 2014. It just, there's something unique about what this movie does, I think.
It is an interesting idea to have like a fantasy version of the Bible. Like, I would be curious. They would probably never do it, but like, what's the Aronofsky movie of like Jesus and like the temptation of Christ, but like Aronofsky doing it?
I mean, it would be sick to see like Jesus working, all the miracles that we hear, like just the stories of his life, feeding the 5,000, water to wine, the crucifixion, resurrection and all that kind of stuff. To see that told through Aronofsky's fantastical kind of
Jared Leto as Jesus.
And he's just looked down and his eyes up to Proto as he said that.
But yeah, I think it'd be interesting. I mean, I think one of my notes was, can Aronofsky just direct the Bible? I mean, it would be an interesting take. It felt like Tolkien a bit in some of the moments.
Tolkien's Jesus.
Tolkien.
Like, that would be the title, or Aronofsky's Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, I am still curious about
Andy Serkis on the cross.
I am still curious about the sequel to The Passion of the Christ that Gibson is
of
directing.
course.
Like, I absolutely will see that, because
Yeah.
I mean, Passion of the Christ feels like an eternity ago when that movie came out and made like so much money. And man, he made like a bill making that movie.
Yeah.
Like, didn't he build his own, like, I guess Catholic-ish
Ark.
church? And like, he just has his friends go to that church. Like,
I have no
he's like
idea.
a lot of weird stuff. Not weird, but I mean, he's an odd bird. Now,
Odd bird is a very specific way to call Mel Gibson.
I mean, listen to any interview, watch any interview with Mel Gibson of the last, 10 years. I think he's become more public now, but yeah, he made so much money from making The Passion of the Christ. I mean, people were weeping in theaters. I saw it. I saw it firsthand.
Yeah. I was there too. I remember it too. That and Apocalypto, man.
Mhm.
That movie was a banger.
What does that do to the human mind? You make The Passion of the Christ and you become
A billionaire?
extremely rich and
The
like beloved
complete
by the
opposite?
Catholic Church.
The complete opposite of Jesus?
Yeah, seriously. And you don't give any of that money away that we're aware of. Not, anyway.
Follow the money.
Danny, what's the top of your list?
Top of my list, there are moments in this where I am kind of leaning in my seat forward. And I think it's just the cinematography and the elements of like the passage of time and stuff. When the water sprouts from the earth and it does like that river as the years go by of the New Eden building around the base of that mountain. Some of those elements are kind of incredible. And another segment that I was just like leaning forward and my hands like under my chin were when Noah has that moment at the end where he tells the story of creation to his family. And that was, for me, that was like levitating. I was like, this is just visually, it looked incredible. The way it breaks, I don't know if breaking the fourth wall is that kind of thing, but where it shows throughout time human killing each other, but it not only stays in like biblical time with the Cain killing Abel, but it jumps to like us in war or us killing Native Americans or, different periods of time where we're still killing each other as humans, which I feel like at the end of the day, this movie is just less about Noah and the ark and more about humanity is just broken, no matter who you are. But anyway, I think there's some really cool cinematography elements in this film, and I think it holds up quite well. A lot of it, I was just kind of shocked on how good it looked. There was a moment where it's Noah and I can't think of Jennifer Connelly's name, but they're just backlit by that sunset.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like jaw dropped at some of the stuff I'm looking at. And I was just impressed by a lot of it.
Yeah, that creation sequence is so cool. It looks like stop motion in how it unfolds.
Yeah.
Of course, that's another thing. Like, oh, well, this is evolution. That's what he's saying right now. But to me, that's like so cool. It's like, oh, you can like marry these two ideas together, which would make the most sense. And to show that in this movie is really cool and just makes that story be like, oh wow. Like just to think of it in those terms, and to have it like visually represented in that way, I think that's the coolest representation of like the creation story I've ever seen. So I really love that sequence too.
Per, what's the top of your list?
I guess my top of my list is like the fantasy stuff too.
Yeah.
Like I wrote Fantasy Bible. Like the beginning with Noah with his dad, and he's taken like he has Satan's snake skin for whatever reason and wrapping it around his arm. I'm like, what?
And it's lighting up.
Yeah. What is this? This is so cool. And it's like never explained, and probably for the best. It just kind of continues to be like this weird, cool thing. Just visually, it's interesting as like a symbol. So I like that. I also love there's like the scene of like Methuselah just for a second, like when he's a young man and he takes a sword and he slams it into the ground and it like bursts into flames. And like when I first saw that, I was like, oh my God, he took the flaming sword that it was said to guard Eden after Adam and Eve left. And Aronofsky took that line and said, Methuselah has that sword, that flaming sword, which is like a one-off line in the Bible.
Right.
Like the fact that he did that is like so cool to me. And then also like the angel stuff, like them being these rock monsters, the shot of them falling out of the sky, like coming to save humanity and then like being burdened with the rock form. I love that. Like all that stuff I love. And like I wanted more of that. Like if he would have done more of that and less of like sticking to the actual biblical story, like to me, you couldn't go wrong with adding more.
Yeah, I did read that like at the time it like pissed off, I guess, like both sides, like people who wanted a kind of like accurate biblical representation didn't like the fantasy elements. And then the people that wanted more of that didn't like how much it, like in the quieter scenes, it still like stuck to the like faith that Noah had, that he was doing the right thing because he was like having these visions and hearing voices, which is probably, I guess, a worst case scenario. You just piss off both camps that you'd at least want to like make one happy with. So yeah, I agree. I maybe I would have preferred more leaning into the fantasy aspect, because some of those like flashback scenes do feel like Lord of the Rings-ish moments, but then they're just kind of gone for bits and pieces, and like the rock people like come back and they have like that big fight scene later, which, you know, feels a little bit more fantasy elements, but in between that, it's just like them in the ark and with Noah wanting to kill the kids that are coming soon. So
it's like an hour of the movie, him trying to kill his baby.
It is a long time. I mean, they spend all that time building the raft.
Ark.
Or the mini raft that that Ham was gonna leave with Emma Watson. And how long did that even take? And then he just like lights it on fire. Like, oops, you're not going anywhere.
I like how he allowed that to be built for so long.
I'm going to let you just build it for X amount of weeks.
We just hang out.
And he was like such a little turd up there, like with his blown back hair, and then he's like cutting it. It's like, dude, why not say like, hey guys, if you do this, I'm gonna burn it.
I'm gonna burn it, guys. I'm gonna burn it.
Yeah.
I had to look. I guess, you know, that storyline of Ham's wife getting pregnant, and then also Emma Watson's character is not in any interpretation of Noah, like any like denomination. I think when they got on the raft, they all had wives to begin with. So there was a lot of like, you know, artistic interpretation as to what's happening on that ark.
Aronofsky went with the incest route. I thought that would be better. Let's add more of that to this story.
Yeah.
Right. How about that vision of them tearing apart that pig? Was that a vision, or did he actually see that? Like the townspeople like going crazy over the animals?
I think that was real, because then he looks
real?
down and he sees his feet covered in blood, and that was from the dream.
Oh, okay.
Oh, unless maybe you're saying that is... I took that as like real.
Yeah, that makes sense as it being real, because he dreamt what he saw in the future.
Oh, okay. Aronofsky has a few movies where people like hold things up in the air and then tear it apart. It's very unsettling to see. And I don't approve.
Requiem for a Dream.
Danny, next on your list?
Next on my list was hold on. Live chat just popped up on my phone. Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe looks incredible in this film.
Master.
And then he gets the gray blowout at the end. And I was so pissed off because he looks incredible for like half the film. And then he gets the shaved head. I'm like, hell yeah, here we go. And then he gets that gray. He almost looks like Glenn Close in the Boo Box from Hook for the like back half of this film. And it was so annoying to watch. But I love Russell Crowe. I don't have like this like love for Russell Crowe that I feel like I should. I know there's a few movies of his that I haven't seen, like Master and Commander, which I feel like I'll fall in love with him more. But in this, I really do enjoy him, and I really enjoy his performance in the beginning of the film as, you know, Noah the father, kind of leading them, you know, out of where they were to see his grandfather and build the ark. There's just so much of Russell in this that he feels incredible. There's so much. I just really enjoyed him in this movie. I didn't think I would, or I didn't know how I would actually feel, just because I don't really love. I'm just not like drawn to Russell Crowe movies. But this one, I thought he was fantastic in it, and I think that whole cast is pretty great in it.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Jennifer are really good together. There's that scene where she kind of loses it on him, and she's crying, and you know she'll whatever. I think the two of them together are fantastic.
I thought his fit at the end of the movie was his best, and his look.
Wasn't he nude?
No, after that. I think it was after that, right? Don't they have that scene at the like sunset or sunrise on the hill? And he's almost like wearing priest-like robes, like a cloak of some kind, and he looked great.
Yeah, the costuming was pretty good in this.
Mm-hmm.
It was giving Luke on Octo.
Very much so, yeah.
Yeah.
Russell Crowe is old Luke.
He was the inspiration for old Luke.
Yeah, I like Crowe in this also. I really like him when this movie gets pretty dark at the end with the whole baby business. But I think he really communicated that, and just like the turmoil that he's like going through of this, and that conflict within him. I think it's really well expressed through him in those scenes. And yeah, the scenes with him and Jennifer too, of when she's like really giving him the business, like you can really feel it and see it in him as a character. So I think his performance really communicates just like how dark and terrible the whole end of this is really well.
Mm-hmm. Also a rare Emma Watson movie. A rare non-Harry Potter Emma Watson movie.
Hermione.
She doesn't do a whole lot. I feel like she's her own decision to do her own thing. But Beauty and the Beast, Noah, The End, Little Women.
Little Women feels big.
Yeah. But outside of that, good for her. Yeah. Put her next on your list. Oh, The Circle. Remember she was in The Circle with Tom Hanks. Do you remember that movie? Emma Watson, Tom Hanks, John Boyega, Karen Gillan, Patton Oswalt. 2.1 average on Letterboxd.
We try to forget. I think growing up, this was to me, I think in church, this was always a story about someone having faith to do what like God asks them of them.
Mm-hmm.
And also it was like, a symbol of Jesus, of like the sacrifice and the promise to come. Like this is God's Old Testament promise and it foreshadows Jesus. So like those are the things I always like heard about the Noah story when it came up. So the fact that like there isn't like the conflict within Noah isn't about him like believing that he needs to do this thing or like having faith, but it's more about like the will to follow through with it and to complete this thing and like know that his family's going to be wiped out. Because even like that idea, like he's convinced that all humans are humanity's over, actually. Like we're not going to survive. Like we're only going to survive the flood so that the animals make it. But God is killing us all off. And that he becomes like almost like, so convinced of that he loses sight of like his family and like the love for them. So it's like as a story, it's an interesting turn, and it's I don't know. It kind of like it all like I think the first time I saw it and this time it kind of just like throws me for a loop just as I'm watching it, because I'm not expecting for that to be like the battle within him. I'm expecting him, especially because it's like God isn't speaking to him. It kind of in a way it reminds me of or did someone bring this up? I thought someone brought up the movie Take Shelter, about a guy who believes something.
Throwbridge's review.
Oh, okay, yeah. Our friend Throwbridge, he mentioned Take Shelter and how it's like about a guy who believes something's going to happen, but he doesn't have proof, and nobody believes him, and he does it anyway. Like that's what I'm expecting from a Noah story, because it's like he's building a boat when there's no water anywhere, but that's not what the story is at all. So, but I think it's interesting. And I guess it feels more oriented for a movie, because then it allows for like these action sequences rather than him fighting with the Cain people about like, hey, you're an idiot for building a boat. It's like, no, we need to get on your boat. And it serves the purpose like for action scenes.
It's a weird.
What did you guys think of this?
It's a weird movie. I feel like I tried to view it as like someone who doesn't remember anything about the Noah Ark story, but I feel like it didn't work for someone just kind of coming in to see an Aronofsky movie like completely ignorant of the Noah stuff. Like I feel like, I don't know, just the fantasy elements to start off, but then the kind of like slow him seeing the visions and needing to do this or that, it didn't quite gel for me in terms of like his struggle and essentially like ignoring his family. I think Crow was good, but I just don't feel like I saw anything from the character of Noah that like made him, believable or likable really for me as like a family guy who was just kind of like stressed out about what he had to do. I don't know, at least in my view, like I wanted more like, maybe this is actually happening. What would it be like? But it tried to like walk both worlds of like a fantasy version of it, but then also the stoic Noah having visions. And I don't know, it just didn't quite gel in that way for me. So like the aspect of like his visions and how he's viewing them in accordance with the Noah story didn't grab me personally. Danny, what about you?
No, I think I agree with you. And I try to like come at it from a place of, this isn't what I've always been taught, or this isn't the story that I've known, and just kind of allowed it to exist as someone else's story. But the end of it, I just didn't like. I didn't like the Noah storyline when it got to him just kind of not not having the will to survive, or not trying to protect his family, and this blind kind of faith in God. And then there's just been things in current culture, but this idea that women can't have any sort of say in the like Christian church, or they can't preach or have forms of leadership. And it's like Jennifer's character is like laying things out for him, and he's just not listening to her, or like they're not in a relationship where both sides have any sort of say. There's no give and take. And I don't like that it continues that kind of narrative that I really hate in the current evangelical Christian church. Mm-hmm. So it kind of was rubbing me the wrong way, that I was like, no, wake the fuck up and listen to your wife for like 30 seconds before you murder these twins because you're getting the wrong message from God. Like there's so much of that storyline that was just like, just rubbing me the wrong way. And I know we're talking about a film that's 10 years old, but it still is like that kind of narrative in church existed then and it exists now in like a really negative way. And I don't know, it was just really like glaring to me watching the finale of this film.
It's funny to compare, I know Proto, you didn't love it, but it's funny to compare this to like the Odyssey, whereas like that is like this historical epic that, you know, you could compare, like people kind of know the Odyssey story. People kind of know Noah. Whereas in my opinion, like the Odyssey updates it with some fantasy elements, or that I guess that were already there, but like it updates the storyline in a way that makes it more timeless. Whereas this kind of tries to walk the line, but doesn't do it as well as something like the Odyssey, which, you know, maybe Aronofsky wasn't trying to do that necessarily, but the Odyssey popped up in my mind as we were talking about it.
No, I think that's a good point because, yeah, I think you're right. Watching the Odyssey, even though it says like a time of apparent magic and it's a time of gods, it feels incredibly grounded in like a reality that is our reality. Mm-hmm. So it's like towing that line of like, all right, there's elements of mythology in this, but this is also a story that we're saying happened in our world. And that makes it, yeah, I think you're right. It does make it feel timeless. Whereas this, it's like the wheels come off. Like this feels closer to like Stargate than it does. You know, like I'm getting Stargate vibes from a Bible story. So it's hard to stay grounded when that's what you're feeling.
Oh my gosh. Whose turn is it? My turn again? I don't have a lot of notes. I took the least amount of notes during this movie than any movie I can think of that we've covered.
You're conflicted in your spirit.
I wrote "I'm snoozing" several times at various points. I wrote Guy Fieri as Cain. Ray Winstone.
I can't stand that actor.
Ray Winstone. I was just getting Guy Fieri the whole movie with that like beard and everything.
Oh my God! When he's eating, yeah.
Oh my God.
The whole like, what's the kid's name? It's not. Is it Shem? Who's the one who was at odds with Noah? Is that Shem?
Ham was the middle one who like ran away to get a wife.
Oh, that was Ham? Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The Ham storyline was tough, but then I was like doing my research afterward where, you know, his character was essentially, because like he never really makes amends with his dad, and he sees him nude after a wine spritzer day, and the brothers cover him up, but then he decides like, there's nothing for me here, I'm just going to leave. And one interpretation is like, this is the darkness of humanity continuing to spread. Like he goes off and leaves. So like, you know, kind of like the cleansing almost like didn't really work in a way because he's leaving and he's kind of continuing like the darkness and the strife in humanity wherever he settles, and it just kind of continues. But I thought he was a good actor. That the whole fight scene at the end felt like super telegraphed. But the sunset at the end was nice.
I think that him getting drunk and nude is actually biblical.
I found that out after I looked it up. Yeah, that's like
I think he builds a winery.
Also,
where he like grows whatever and gets drunk and passes
what I didn't
out
realize is that allegedly he curses Ham's son in that moment, who has not yet been born. And it's like a real big thing in interpretations that like some people think that is a scene that approves racism and slavery and things like that.
Huh?
Heard you're nodding. Yes. Have you ever heard that before?
Yes, I have heard that. Yeah, they say like he is going to be the people of Canaan, and then his his descendants will be subjugated by his brothers. And yes, if you take that and expand it in the most obvious way, and that is what the interpretation people say is.
Got it.
Yeah.
We don't
Who
condone
knew the
slavery
Bible
in this
could be so
podcast.
problematic? Who knew?
Who could have foreseen?
Well, it also says that, like, I think by the end of this, Noah's like 900 years old. So, I mean, if you get to that age and you build an ark, 4 days, 40 nights, yeah, you're probably drinking a lot of wine.
Yeah.
That was the other thing I was reading. Like,
Same age as Yoda.
a lot of Yoda tonight. The part about like the Cain and Abel, and Cain kills Abel. They have another child, Seth, but then eventually Cain marries. So it's like, who's he marrying? And then like some interpretations are like, Adam and Eve are also like 900 years old at this point. So like in theory, they've had children, their children have had children, et cetera, et cetera. So like Cain is maybe marrying one of those descendants, but they're all like, if you go by the book, it's very incestuous, but I know it's stories, et cetera. But some religions they're by the book. Like, this is it. But like we started asking questions about who's Cain marrying?
It's dangerous.
You started asking questions. You never know what will unravel.
You don't want to know the answers.
Well, you wonder, where's Ham? Ham, where are you going to go?
What
Who are you
humans are you going
gonna
to
find out
interact with?
I'm going to go off my own. All right, I guess you're dead, Ham.
Right. But then like you see someone like Methuselah, Anthony Hopkins, who has the power to heal Emma Watson's womb.
Right. He's a wizard.
So, maybe Ham has some wizardry. He finds a wizard book and starts making his own wife or family.
Okay. Yes,
Burning bush.
I like this.
However, I did not love this movie. I did not enjoy watching this movie. My expectations were just so different than what I got. And I think I just never really truly recovered. So I'm at 2.5 stars.
Okay.
My own doing. Danny?
Yeah, it looks like we've covered. Yeah, I don't like Ray Winston. The bear trap was gnarly. And then she got destroyed. That girlfriend got absolutely destroyed.
Stomped.
My God. Yeah, I'm at 3.5 stars.
Okay.
I'm coming down off of my high from the first time I saw this. There's a lot of things that I didn't love about it this time around. I enjoy the fantastical elements of it. I think visually it's a lot of fun to view like biblical times in this way. I loved pre-flood how the sky looked. You can always see the stars, and
Oh yeah, that was cool.
there's a lot of cool elements to it, and there's a lot of really fun cinematography choices, but I don't like how this movie ends. I don't like the story of Noah towards the end of it. And so, yeah, 3.5 stars.
Okay.
Yeah, I love the fantasy part of it. I would want more of that. I'm always a proponent of more Bible movies.
Okay.
I like parts. I do like how it gets dark. I find the moments with the baby like really compelling and like really works. It's like Jenna came in for the last half hour of this movie and she was like freaking out. Like, what is happening? I mean, the scene of him holding the dagger over the baby. God. Jenna said, "What in the CGI baby?" On that.
Yeah. For real.
How can you, the smell inside of that ark?
Yeah.
Talk about it.
First of all, like why are we putting the animals on there like weeks in advance? And is he putting all these animals into a coma?
Yeah. Did you see that scene where they were drugging them?
They drugged all the birds. Yeah, just give them a little smoke and they'll just sleep for weeks
Yeah,
on
how
end.
they
I
not
guess.
falling
Incense or
asleep?
whatever. Makes all animals sleep.
Just not human animals.
Right.
Just not the human mammal.
Right. The beginning with Noah living on the side of a dirt mountain.
Mm.
This is all you got? You got like 2 tents?
It was like Mad Max-ish in a few scenes.
Yes. I thought that too. When they find Emma Watson, the baby
Yeah.
Emma Watson, and like the horde
Yeah.
comes after them, that is a Mad Max moment for sure. Anthony Hopkins putting his grandson into instant nap time with a touch of his hand. Bam. That's a good move. The soil is juiced when he plants that seed. Oh my God. There is something charming to me about that. Well, I guess this is 2014, so it's not that long ago. But like, I mean, it doesn't look great, but I guess I don't mind it either for whatever reason, how it looked.
It's funny. We mentioned Percy Jackson, but Logan Lerman Ham is in all those Percy Jackson. He plays Percy, I think.
Wow.
This is his tryout tape.
Most metal scene of this movie is during the rain where there's people who are clinging to the top of that mountain.
That was nuts.
Yeah, that was cool.
Oh my God. More of that. That was crazy.
Aronofsky is really good at just like crafting a 10-second unsettling image or scene.
Them just sitting in the ark, hearing the screams. God, that does really work. Jennifer Connelly's "That Is Just" speech. Where was Oscar? Sorry about the whole killing your baby thing. Noah makes up to his family. Just side note, I like Ray Winston.
Really?
Well, I love him in Sexy Beast.
Oh,
That's a great movie.
Okay.
Jonathan Glazer movie.
Can't stand him in Crystal Skull.
Oh my gosh.
I'm at 3 stars. Yeah, I think
There you
that
go.
just the Bible part of this, mixing it with fantasy, I have a good time. I have a good enough time with this.
You're not going to believe.
I could feel like, oh, sorry.
No, I was going to say, you're not going to believe this, but Ray Winstone is also in a Percy Jackson movie.
Okay.
Wow, this was like the gateway to Percy Jackson.
Yeah.
I was like picturing like if something like this came out today in, current climate, the Christian church getting mad again at it, thinking about Angel Studios or someone with like their answer to this film, it'd be like Noah Left Behind, and it'd be like Kirk Cameron
Dean
being
Cain.
left behind by Noah's boat, and how like watching from the outside Noah building this ark. I need to workshop this.
Kevin Sorbo gets a cameo, but is on the
Oh,
poster.
Sorbo is Noah. Kirk is living on the outside. He's being left behind by Noah.
This is good.
I think we're getting there.
This is something.
Got something. We'll get Aronofsky's AI studio to make this.
Did you guys hear that? I heard that Elon Musk is going to make the Odyssey the right way with
Okay.
AI.
God.
Okay.
Biggest chode on the planet. My God. Put him
Wait.
in an arc.
I just saw on Aronofsky's list that he has a movie coming out about untitled Darren Aronofsky Elon Musk biopic
Oh,
Stop
no.
it. Come on.
based on Walter Isaacson's authorized biography of the controversial tech mogul.
Oh, that's not good. That book came out
Yeah.
like in 2010.
There's also an untitled Aronofsky erotic thriller.
Hello.
Writer Gillian Flynn, who wrote Gone Girl
Hello.
and Widow.
We're back.
Okay, that is the Odyssey. We do have a letter. This was subject line urgent November theme.
What?
I thought somebody was
Urgent November
dying.
theme?
Someone sends me an email with the subject line in caps urgent.
Flagged.
Matt sends this email. Hey, 70mm guys, first time, long time. This is Matt writing from Massillon, Ohio.
Okay.
Just started the Scarface episode and had to call to tell you I'm audibly laughing every time one of you says "mang" in Pacino's accent. Love the show. Also wanted to pitch a theme for November this year. Hear me out. Tom Hanks Giving. A month full of the master. Tom Hanks' best works. I'm talking Forrest Gump, Big, Terminal, where you guys can watch A Man Called Otto 4 times. Really your fault. Thanks for your consideration, guys. Keep it up. There was a follow-up. There was a follow-up.
He wrote a second email.
Urgent.
Okay.
Reply. Just a follow-up because this came to me in a dream last night. If you watch A Man Called Otto 4 times and you shift the theme to October and call it A Man Called October, just spitballing here, guys. Matt, we'll handle the theming from here on out.
Yeah, Matt.
Okay?
Jesus. Thank you for your email.
Tom Hanks Giving is pretty good, though. That's
Yeah,
a good.
that's not
That's,
bad.
a
That's
good name.
fantastic.
There's a lot
I'm
of
looking at
movies.
Tom's filmography. There's some bangers.
Mm-hmm.
And we just talked about doing Castaway.
Did we?
Oh yeah.
I don't remember that.
Slim, wake up.
I don't remember
We're
that
recording
at all.
podcasts
Pay
weekly.
attention, please.
Okay, so next week is kicking off Nugist. We're going directly to the master of horror himself. The only master of horror, Curry Barker. Kicking off Nugist. If you want to hear the rest of the picks, listen to our mini episode dropping in a few days. But Obsession streaming on Peacock. This is the big one. This one made all the bucks at the box office. Cost nothing to make. Made all the bucks. And this kid's going to make another Texas Chainsaw friggin' Massacre. The last thing that we need is another Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. You know how many times Boutique Blu-ray is going to re-release those friggin' movies now? Again?
Yeah.
Anyway, Bear Bailey breaks a novelty charm to force his coworker Nikki to love him. But the supernatural compulsion warps her mind into violent obsession, trapping him in a nightmare he cannot wish away. Obsession. Proto, closing thoughts for Proto Pendants as we lead into Nugist.
Closing thoughts. I was going to give my top 4 Bible movies. If you need more Bible in your movies, of course, the 10 Commandments, maybe the best to ever do it.
4K available.
The Prince of Egypt,
Oh, yeah.
which we'd covered on this show.
Maybe the best animated movie ever made.
Maybe. Ben-Hur. When are we doing Ben-Hur? God, we got to do Ben-Hur someday. Charlton Heston. My God. A Vision. 1959. And then the next year from Stanley Kubrick, Spartacus.
Okay.
Get more
These are
Jesus.
biblical.
Yeah.
Is that the one where what is Jesus in Spartacus?
I think Jesus is
He
in
is Spartacus.
Get the hell out of here. Is that a spoiler?
I am Jesus of Spartacus.
I gotta look this up. I don't believe
Slim's
that.
the worst Catholic boy ever.
Jesus is Spartacus? There's no way. I'm Googling this. Spartacus movie synopsis minus AI.
Minus AI.
It still gave me AI. Okay, a Thracian slave who trains as a gladiator leading a massive slave revolt against the Roman Republic. That's not Jesus. I'm not
No,
falling
you
for
gotta
this.
see. You gotta make it to the end. You gotta make it to the end.
To the end.
I'm not
You'll
falling
see.
for this.
You'll see. We'll cover Spartacus one day, and you'll see.
I hope so. I hope so. I know that Jesus gives Ben-Hur water. I know
I don't know
that.
where
The
you were going
Simpsons
with that
parodied
sentence.
that, so I'm aware of that as a thing that happens. Okay. You have your marching orders. Watch more Bible movies, and get ready for maybe the biggest month in show history ever. And don't forget, our meetup is happening in September. Click the links on our website to let us know you're coming so we can plan accordingly for food. Chicken fingies. Let's sell out Back to the Future Part 2 in September early. We'll see everybody next week for Obsession. 70mm is a tape deck production featuring original artwork provided by Danny Haas, spiritual guidance and V'ger, the robot who loves movies, provided by Protolexis, producer at large Dale_A. Music for our main show, numbered episodes composed by Tim McEwen of The Midnight. Prints and other merch are available at 70mmpod.com. This episode was mixed, edited, and produced by me, Slim. Support our Patreon for access to longer, uncut episodes, our VHS Village Discord to talk movies with friends, access to exclusive episodes from the 70mm Vault, discounts on merch, and a physical membership card mailed to you. To check out other Tape Deck podcasts, find the link in the episode notes. We're on Instagram, but that's about it. Goodbye.
This is a Tape Deck podcast.